Okay. I am my best today. Actually trying to eat dinner too. Rip it and rip it. We're all here together. Oh.
Come.
Boo, Konami!
Drink!
In a world Yep. A little more? There we go. Policenauts. They look like John Master Chief. It's not. Tasty Fusion. Thank you for joining us. I just beat Snatcher. This one should be the next one. I am actually not okay right now, but that's okay. I talked about it earlier. I just learned I have shingles, and it's gonna be bad for a minute. But outside of that, this game's gonna be fucking amazing. We beat Snatcher last week, and I've always wanted to go through Policenauts, and now I can. Welcome to the showcase. If you did, what happened? What? Why did my game? What? I thought I hit start. What is happening? Like, okay. I legitimately just started tearing up. This is how, in the beginning of
all cops. That means all cops.
In the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 1, when you boot the game up, the Konami logo comes up and plays that beginning of the Policenauts theme. And I've always, like, I learned eventually it was a Policenauts theme, but I've always wanted it in context, and that was the beginning! All the way at the beginning of this series, and now I'm here! Now I'm fucking here! Let's go. Oh my goodness. It has been a long journey to get back to... Snatcher is fucking incredible. That game, the fact that that game was worked on... This is my first time playing Policenauts. It was my first time playing Snatcher as well. So, thank you for clipping that. Snatcher was so good. The way that pixel art renders the characters, the way that the dialogue is realistically written between Gillian and literally everybody. But the fact that you can like press for information and it like you get on the phone with your ex-wife, and you hang up and you call her back, and you're like, hey, I was a line busy when I called you back. And she pushes, and she's like, you don't have to know my business. It's so real. Like, all the dialogue was, like, some of it was corny, yeah, but like it was pretty well written, realistically, in such a fun way. And then at the end, we got a 35-minute unskippable cutscene where Kojima used that time to talk about how weapons are bad and talk about the plot of the themes of the game. So, if Snatcher got there, I am very excited to see here. It has been played with. It's been played with for so long, right? Let's try fast. Controls. Oh god. New game. Yeah. We get to see the first instance of Meryl. Last time we got to see the Metal Gear. And the Metal Gear Mark II is based off of the Metal Gear from the early 2000s that was a war machine that launched nukes. What a fucking great continuity! I love Metal Gear so much. Kojima, you crazy bastard. Autosave file will be deleted. You want to start a new game? Yes. The gear. Where you get to watch Policenauts. So, shout out to my Discord. Join my Discord. We had an entire conversation, not entire conversation, but there was a bunch of images posted that was like, hey, that's not the Kane from Citizen Kane, but it was everything. Hold on, let me go find it. Where was it? I don't know why today it took off. Oh, Joden posted. Hey, this isn't the RPG from Super Mario RPG. That's so good. And then we had the Wick from John Wick, the Gear from Metal Gear Solid, the Genesis from Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Grapes from Grapes of Wrath, the Kane from Citizen Kane, the Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie, an Orange from the Clockwork Orange, the Melon from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, even the CD from Sonic CD. We also got the Aqua Teen from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and the Pilgrim from Scott Pilgrim.
There's the coffee mug from Heartbeeps.
And there's the Kane from Citizen Kane. Wait a minute, there was no Kane in Citizen Kane.
Whoa! Exactly. So we were beating this joke with a stick, and it was really good today. Thank you everybody for participating. You guys are great. Yes, there is. So, Kojima says at the beginning of this game, hope you like it. And then he's going to ask at the end, did you like it? And we'll go, yeah, we liked it. Of course we liked it.
2010年、人類初のスペースコロニービヨンドコーストが完成し、人類の宇宙への本格的進出が開始された。2013年、コロニーへの一般市民の移住に伴い、数十万の移住者たちの治安を守るため、俺たち5人の宇宙訓練を受けた警官が選抜された。イギリス・スコットランドヤードからゲイツ・ベッカー、
ゲイツ・ベッカー、
市長からジョセフ・サダオキ・徳川、
ジョセフ・徳川、
ニューヨーク市警からサルバトーレ・トスカニーニ、そしてロサンゼルス市警から俺とエド・ブラン、 世界中の警察からえりすぐられた俺たちは警察権限を持つ宇
Fuck.
宙飛行士としてポリスノーツと呼ばれた。
If we actually had a space colony in 2013, we might be on the move to go to somewhere actual interstellar by this point. We didn't invest enough in the technology after the Cold War ended because it was more about missiles than it was about space. Was he sabotaged? Oh no.
It's free real estate.
I love how everything is silent. She gone. That is like my worst nightmare. To starve to death in space. Fuck. Kojima's putting those hard things right in your face. 25 years. Somebody flies out into space and 25 years go by. Part of me is like, what the fuck is this game going to be? And I'm so excited. Yeah, damn Kojima! Put some respect on his name.
Oh, wow.
This music fucks. Old LA 2040. Solid Snake! Pizza metal. Whoa. Here's our boy. Ooh. Ooh, Marlboro. Yeah, Marlboro cigarettes, Coca-Cola. Real branding in here. Yeah, here's that shot. Yeah, there's that good shot. I love that. I love him on the chair. You know, we I guess in 2 games play an amnesiac and then somebody who was awakened 25 years later. So in both circumstances, their knowledge of the past was, if they even had any, was not even useful. Real fish out of water stories here. Both of them. You're a junker in the last one and a policenaut in this one. I don't like the fact that I keep playing as cops. I don't know, maybe. If that was the beginning of the game, then that was the beginning of the game. I'm not sure. Now, my guess is if it's possible at all within... Now, there is a theory that the first time we go and send a ship out to colonize a planet, by the time that they will get to that planet, we will have already been there for a couple of years, because in the 150 years it would have taken to get to another galaxy or whatever, we would have invented better interstellar travel, and thus surpassed our speed and ability to get there. What happened in Starfield? I haven't exactly in Starfield. It was a bad side quest. If it's depending on how it goes, like if it's using wormholes to cross an infinitesimal amount of space in a fraction of a second, or if it's hyperspace where you don't really have control over that, it's really dangerous to meet in hyperspace. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if they're using, like, old-style thrusters, you know, compared to whatever super zippy engine that they figure out 50 years down the line because somebody else goes and says, yeah, I can invent this stuff and make something incredible. You know, that's how that's going to go. So those people that are trying to get to that planet, that whatever they're going to, may not have first dibs on where they're landing. Especially if there's, you know, a colony of natives already lit.
30年前スペースコロニーのビヨンドコーストでポリスノーツとして働いていた。
Jonathan Ingram。
もっともエンプス事故で宇宙をさまよっていた俺にはわずか数年前のことにしか思えない。
EMPS
生々しい記憶だ。妻や友人、仕事、何もかも30年前に
Life, friends, career, all gone. Oh. That accident ruined my life. Now he's in old LA being a private detective. Oh, you work with Ed?
そんな世の中の海がなければ飯も食っていけない。せいぜい腹いっぱいになるまで頑張るしかないか。
Guess it beats being out there? Yes, it does.
さて、依頼人が来るまで何をしようか。この部屋には俺の過去を示すものがたくさんある。前方の壁には新聞の切り抜きや写真が。机の上にはあいつとの写真。どれも記憶の空白を埋めるものばかりだ。
Now I have a point-and-click adventure. Oh, darn it. Thank you anyway, dear. I mean, I'm using the one you brought me, so thank you. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, D-pad speed. I don't have to go outside. It's early. Half-empty can of beer. The only beer most people can afford anymore is this imitation beer. It sucks remembering how good a cold one used to be. So by 2040, there's no beer. In 15 years, there's no beer. There's an ashtray I stumbled across at an antique store. Because nobody smokes in the future. You don't need an ashtray for bent cigarettes, after all. Yeah. Bent cigarettes are cigarettes that don't produce any secondary smoke, which you light simply by breaking off the end. I say light, but there's no actual fire involved. They work off a chemical reaction. Even the leaves are specially processed. Are they still smoking in the future? Don't give out if you smoke or ash and make a room more pleasant, but they're not my thing. Butts are starting to overflow. I guess I should empty. Hi, Chimchar. Ooh, drink! I guess I'll have some before it gets warm. Nothing but bad memories. There's a video phone with built-in printer. I've disabled the video from my end. Most of my cases come over the phone. Clients don't particularly like meeting up in person. Expecting to get cut off any day. This is me and Lorraine on our wedding day. There was still a cop here in LA. Lorraine dropped out of UCLA after we got engaged.
Lorraine, 俺のワイフ。いや、それも過去のことだ。
俺のワイフ。
俺があの事故を起こした後、ビヨンドで再婚したらしい。今では他人のワイフだ。
Oh.
日本人とアメリカ人との2世。あいつにはどこか神秘的なところがあった。
I remember discovering my rental tux didn't fit right before the ceremony. Originally had a black tuxedo. Well, I think the white's styling. Those days, my life revolved around my job and Lorraine. Lorraine had a friend at a flower shop. If I remember right, Lorraine threw the bouquet right after this was taken. I don't know how Ed ended up catching it. Ed's in a couple pictures on the wall. Lorraine was like an angel in her wedding dress. I still wear my wedding ring. August 24th, 2009. They were married the year before I graduated high school. She's still alive. There's a photo of me and Lorraine at Lucas World. 2010. This is Christmas Eve. Oh, 2008. First Christmas together. Aww. You had a really short relationship. You had spent one Christmas together and then you got married in August next year? One of those radio-controlled watch. It was state-of-the-art for the time. Still hard to believe it's been over 30 years. Yeah, you don't look any different. I was a cop fresh out of the academy. Look at us, young and in love. Lorraine was a student at UCLA. We met after her place got broken into. Oh, that's how they met. She was so naive, the things she'd do sometimes. This is a replica of the badge and marker that I had at LAPD. Takes me back. There's a picture from those days on the wall. What about my gun? This is my baby, Beretta 92F. I've used one since I was a cop. It's a bona fide recoil gun equipped with a laser sight. It was a special 10-round magazine with armor-piercing bullets. I don't carry her around so I can go shooting everything in sight. She's strictly for protection. Strictly for protection. Got this pen when I was in the LAPD. The mayor gave it to me along with a award on the wall. Pretty nice pen for the time. Empty beer can. I used to use aluminum for cans before, but these are made of biodegradable plastic. Miniature Beyond. Ed made it for me. Yeah, show me Ed. Show me Ed. I only saw him once. On the ship. Like the satellite or whatever. 25 years of wandering, miracle recovered. This is a newspaper article from when I was rescued from the EMP's survival ball. Oh! That thing was supposed to... What? Yeah, I would like to know how this works. I'll read some of the article. Policenaut Jonathan Ingram, presumed dead after an accident during a spacewalk in an EMPS prototype 25 years ago, has been rescued by the unmanned exploration vessel Propaganda. Is this game police propaganda? They were saved by it. His miraculous survival is being attributed to the fact that he transferred himself to an equipped life pod at the time of the accident and remained in a cold sleep the entire time. I figured that was kind of the case, but almost, I mean, not entirely what happened to Gillian Steed. He was frozen today. Huh. He's gathering attention as a living example of the effects of 25 years of cold sleep on the human body. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's a perfect test case. What happens if we do this? It took over a year for my muscles to turn in normal after I got back. Were they incredibly, like, atrophied? Does that happen? Fascinating. Charlie. A picture of me when I was that was taken when I was a policenaut. A polixture. I spent 25 years inside this thing, waiting to be found. I've had cosmophobia ever since. I just can't go back out there anymore. Yeah, that's reasonable, dude. Like, I started this stream seeing him get flown out into space and said, quote, that is my greatest fear, to starve alone out in space. To float into the inky black forever? I mean, he came back because he had a pod or whatever on him, but like, it's dramatic. Okay, here. Let me set the scene for you. Okay, ready? You are working on a space satellite. And you are working on a thing. You don't know it's been sabotaged, but it was sabotaged. And you get jettisoned out past where anybody can help you. Nothing to grab onto. You are floating at whatever velocity into space. And your only chance of survival is to make this Pokeball thing that you're attached to. Get in that. And wait in a deep freeze. Because what'll happen is you will be going, fuck, shit, fuck, I can't, oh my god, I'm going to die. Oh god, I need to get into this pod. Oh jeez. Oh, and you're doing that while you're trying to not panic because you don't know if you'll ever wake up again, number one. Number two, you don't know if you'll be able to survive the thing, and what if it doesn't work? What if you're just hurtling into space forever? 25 years? Imagine hundreds. Signalis already taught us what it was like to do something like that. Jesus. Maybe I have cosmophobia. I want to go to space, but man, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't think anybody does. This is a relatively small article in the corner of the newspaper. A newspaper article written at the time of Beyond Coast's completion. It was written 28 years before the article about my rescue.
Drink!
This had some. Is the newspaper article? Newspaper article about the incident that occurred during the EMPS spacewalk outside Beyond. It was written 3 years after the one about Beyond's
Sir,
completion.
with all due respect, get drinked, nerd.
Prototype police suit for use outside the colony. It was me and the Yuri as we were released from the hangar. Malfunction occurred in the vernier thrusters of the Yuri EMPS prototype during a test spacewalk of the device yesterday. The Yuri had been scheduled to be used by the Policenauts outside the colony. The EMPS has since vanished without a trace. The Yuri is equipped with a survival ball. Because an SOS signal can't be isolated, the chance of the test pilot, Jonathan Ingram, being found alive are thought to be slim. The official tests have been scheduled for tomorrow. I remember what Salvador said. Whatever you do, don't screw this up, Johnny boy. Everyone back home is going to be watching. There's still a lot of people opposed to space development back then. It all happened so fast. Before I knew it, the 4 of them were gone. Everything after that's a blur. Next time I opened my eyes, I was lying in a hospital bed. Exactly. You're hurtling into space and you get towards this ball to freeze and you wake up. You don't know, like you saw in the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 5, it's like you've been out for 9 years and the dude starts having a fucking panic attack. The dude I say about Venom Snake, he starts having a fucking panic attack. Because what do you mean I've been asleep for 9 years? It's realistic. One of these papier. Shit. This is an investigation report to a client, though I haven't gotten very far with it. There's another child kidnapping, but my negotiations with the kidnappers failed. I couldn't save the child. He's probably already been cut apart and his organs trafficked to buyers. Sorry, kid. Yeah, how do you tell your clients that your kid that you paid a man to rescue is now dead? That's hard. This is the Venetian blinds I found at an antique store. I don't like the adjustable glass you get today. I put them up so you can't see inside the office from outside. Yeah, you get the buddy cop stuff with Ed. That I'm aware of, but that's actually what I'm excited about. Since, I mean, it was kind of a buddy cop thing with Metal Gear. It wasn't the same. He's a robot, and he can do tasks that you can't. I don't know what I'm saying here. Like, it wasn't like another person as a buddy cop movie kind of thing. Like, it was... Yeah. I mean, he's kind of designed... Look at that. Well, that face and the hair and the mullet. Open. I'm sick of looking at papers. Damn, me too. Let's see if I have any messages. Oh, shit. I way behind on my bill. This is a piece of paper with information on a client. I've been asked to look for their 4-year-old son. Oh, God. You don't see many ransom kidnappings nowadays. It's safer for the kidnappers to quickly swap the victim's organs to organ buyers, and they're guaranteed to see a return that way too.
Come.
You had like your minion, right? It was Holmes and Watson, but your Watson was C-3PO. That effectively is kind of what that was. And you're a bumbling detective. Man, Gillian Seed is fucking he sucks. I love him. Oh man. The way he talks to women. Oh man, Gillian Seed. What a shitbag. That guy. Man. That's a good game. I got a bad feeling about this one. Yeah, me too. Play messages. I should check the machine. Maybe there's a call from someone with a case. Nope. That's the wrong number.
やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
Still no offers. See what the next one says. Oh shit! I didn't hear this one.
汚染した水を飲ませてるくせに。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
If you gave me something I can actually drink. Who's this?
そうだ。俺はしけてる。わかってるさ。
What girl is that?
そう。仕事の依頼電話はないか。
I mean, 25 years ago he was a wife guy, and then 3 years later he's like, well, she's moved on. He's never tried to reach out to her. I don't think that could be the case. That's me. No. Hey.
ヘボ探偵か。くそ。聞こえるか。オルソンだが、オタクとの取引はなかったことにしてくれ。
Fuck.
じゃあな。また依頼人に逃げられたか。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってな。看板。足が一組多いぞ。足が一組多いぞ。足が一組多いぞ。足が一組多いぞ。足が一組多いぞ。間違い電話とはバカにしてる。
The signboard has an extra set of legs.
Come.
I got an achievement called Beat Beep I'm a Sheep. Is that like that song? Beep Beep. It's gotten late. I was waiting for that client. Besides, I prefer hanging out here and going over my articles and photos. This is a hint. Go through everything, I guess. I thought I did. A lighter? This is Brady Oil Lighter. Manufacturer of the only lighter still in production. You don't need lighters or matches for today's bent cigarettes. You don't need them, but can you light them with that? Are they still flammable? Like, if it's a chemical reaction that makes it smokeless, that can't be good for your lungs. It's still burning? Like, it's still carcinogenic? And it's destroying the tobacco at the same time? What are bent cigarettes? It's a cool idea that you don't need a lighter, and this guy is, oh, I don't like them because I'm from the past, and these are for the... You gotta have them be different for the future. But they can't just be regular cigarettes. It's gotta be different cigarette. Different beer, different cigarettes. This is my gun. Nobody else has a gun like, you know, this is the only lighter like this still in production. Oh, I got this from the old days. Like, he is clearly clinging to the past because it's all he had, despite the fact that he doesn't have it anymore, just like Gillian. He's like, I only have one tie to this, and it's his ex-wife. Like, it was his first day at Junker headquarters? And then Jean-Jacques Gibson died? Damn. Like, you send a newbie out there? Like, that's Kojima's style, actually. Yeah, you send a newbie out there to do the job that the tough guy can't do or should be doing instead. That's exactly what Kojima does. That was Snake in Metal Gear. That was Raiden. That was Big Boss. I mean, when Naked Snake went out, like, was that his first actual ever fucking field mission? Like, is that what they said? Like, because he was specially trained by the boss, but was that his ever first field mission? I don't remember that. It could be the case. I don't recall. It's my Brady lighter. My badge of my gun. Meaningless decoration. Crumbled a piece of paper, a note from an old case. I had it stuck to the phone. Ew. Ow. Be nice if I could hire an assistant or something, but it doesn't look like anyone's up for working at a place like this. I've had a help wanted sign posted by the entrance to the building for quite some time, but no takers. Charlie, hello. Sorry, I returned. I had to take my little girls out. I was given this award by the mayor back when I was a cop. Me and Ed were a well-known team in the LAPD. This photo was taken to commemorate the selection of the Policenauts. 5 officers out of all the world's police organizations were chosen and trained. 5 officers. The best of the best of the best. Like the... that's got to be the best of the best. There's no other way to look at it. Why police officer? Thank you, honey. Like, why police officer? Like, certainly there's, I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, military guys, but like, even the Men in Black, the most secret, covert force in the world, was looking for the top of the top, like, just policemen? Why policemen in space? Is it easier to train a policeman to be an astronaut? Wait. Kojima said it was easier to train an astronaut to be a police officer than it was to... No. Yes. No, wait. It was easier to train police officers to be astronauts than it was to train a police officer to be an astronaut. No, fuck, I said it. Having a moment. It was easier. Kojima is saying the world governments thought it would be easier to train 5 police officers to be astronauts rather than to have astronauts be assigned to be police officer in space. Why do they specifically need... What space crime is happening? Who's robbing little old ladies of their purses? What? This was an experiment. Like, this was an experimental, like, rig that the dude was wearing, Jonathan was wearing when he went and flew out. Why was a police officer using this equipment when they were not trained as well, probably, as a regular fucking astronaut with experience? This is an experimental launch. The day before it was actually supposed to be unveiled or announced. Experimental launch of this floating platform thing that Jonathan was using. Why is a technician not using this? Why is somebody who knows directly how to use this not using this? Somebody that would be probably better than just a police officer in a astronaut suit. Like, what? This is the first time you ever let it out and it flew into... I mean, it was sabotage, but you flew into fucking space? Like... Why did you think it was a good idea to not have a safety tether attached to your experimental, one-of-a-kind space equipment? A ship, I mean, that's going to go out into space and maybe not return anyway. The expectation is there. This was supposed to be a police backpack you could wear to be cops in space. Policemen were chosen to be astronauts. This is Armageddon. Oh, the original core, original cops after the Mercury program's original 7. Oh. We're wearing the ejection escape suits here. These are obsolete now. Back then, everything thought the orange-colored suits were cool. Yeah, they are. That's Joseph Sadaoki Tokugawa. He came from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department in Japan. That's what I'm saying. He's now head of the Tokugawa group. He can be intimidating dude at times. Don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I'm floating down into space forever. And even if I get in this ball, there's no chance I'll make it back to Earth at all. I still miss you, baby. And you remarried and you forgot about me. Damn. This guy lives a sad life. That's Gates Becker. Can you get a better name? He came from Scotland Yard of the UK. Yeah, he's a Brit. That's why. That checks out. I've heard he's risen pretty high up through the ranks of the Beyond Coast Police. He had real passion for justice. He was always the leader, and that's why he sabotaged you. That's Salvador Toscanini. He came from the NYPD. Apparently, he resigned from Beyond Coast Police after 10 years or so. He was a bit of an oddball. I can never put my finger on it, but there was just something about him. Sort of guy you don't easily forget anyway. Me. I was absolutely ecstatic, but Lorraine, she was against me going into space. I wonder why. When I went to Mars. Oh, okay. Okay. They need to police the Martian airspace. Or the mass screens in the world's a blippy. Take me home, yeah, yeah. It'll take 25 years, but you'll get back home. And then 3 more. After this was taken, I left Lorraine behind on home and moved to Beyond. Beyond is, I guess, outside of Earth. Oh, won't you please take me home? Yeah, yeah. Edo Brown.
俺の人生で最も信用できる親友であり、良きパートナーだった。
Good partner. That's Ed. Oh, fuck. What was the name of the partner we had in... Yeah, Bongo. You don't know the half of it yet. I'm really excited. What was the name of your partner in Parasite Eve? Was that also Ed? Manhattan. Nope, it's Daniel. Damn it. Well, this is a great time to have a cool partner out of the LAPD. Actually, I mean, I guess Daniel in Parasite Eve was a always a NYPD policeman. Damn, I'm playing a lot of games where I play as cops, huh? Aya Brea, Jonathan Ingram, Alien Seed. Do Castlevanias count? Oh God, do Castlevanias count? Is Richter a cop? I mean, he's defeating evil, but like, hold on. In what definition is this evil? Whose definition of evil is this? Why are we following? Look, I didn't mean to go down a spiral of the morality of Castlevania right now, but this is... We're stumbling across something here. Something's there. Ed's still in Beyond, as far as I know. Maybe I'll give Ed another call if my case turns out well. Back. One more picture, I think. That's a picture of me when I was in the LAPD. Me and my partner Ed were always together. Is Ed... Oh, I mean, is Simon a cop? He is literally saving the land from Dracula's evil and curse. He's doing more than the cops would ever do. I think these are exceptions. Like, he's actually defeating the evil of the world that is legitimately killing the population. So, yeah, I think those aren't cops. I'd say Dracula's a cop. But Dracula's too cool for that. The badge on my desk is a wreck built to the one I had back then. Ed is 25 years older then. Or I guess 28 years older. It's been 30 fucking years. That's so close to, I mean, 15 years ago, but March 12th, 2010. Me and Lorraine were happy husband and wife. I don't know what else there is to look at. I don't want to open this. I need to get these organized. Filing cabinet. Look. This leads to the building's fire escape. You always make sure your ass is covered the good old plan B in this line of work. Looks like the sun's about to set. I'll wait for that client. What else do I need to do? I should probably clean out the butts. Yeah. Oh, I guess I missed one. Newspaper article reporting of the success of the first manned mission to Mars. I took part in it while undergoing my Policenauts training. Okay, so... they still taught police officers how to be astronauts. They still taught police officers how to be astronauts. Make sure you clean out your butts regularly. It was written the year before the article about the EMPS accident, so a year before you got sucked into space. It's a picture of me encountering a Mars rover on the surface. Yay! I was sent to Mars with the Mars 96. man went to Mars in 1996? Do we have anything on Mars in 1996? Or astronauts, among them policenaut Jonathan Ingram of the collaborative Mars project between Russia, America, and Japan, touched down on the red planet yesterday. This new chapter in space history comes 40 years after man first set foot on the moon. Here we go.
今日は運がいい。こんな早い時間に客が来るとは。どうぞ。鍵はかかっていない。
Look at those dreamy eyes. The way that like the bisexual lighting is coming through the back. Like he's lit. Like in a way that like no matter who this is, they're gonna fall in love with him. They will. Well, if it's green, it's not bisexual, but. Is that rain? Oh fuck. I said she's still alive. She must be.
そう。私よジョナサン。28年ぶりね。
今頃どうして？
私おばさんになったでしょ。あなたは変わらないわ。あの頃のまま。
ロレイン、なぜ今になって俺のところに？
許してもらおうなんて思ってないわ。厚かましいのも分かってる。でも頼れる人がいないの。あなたしか。
何があったんだ？
助けてほしいの。私の夫が大変なことに。
分かった。さあ入って。
いいえ、ここで結構よ。あなたにこんな姿見られたくはないもの。
じゃあロレイン、いや依頼人さん、とにかく話だけでも聞こうか。
I just spent the last like hour being like, oh yeah, my wife. Yeah, my wife married another guy. Yeah, I've been gone for 25 years, so it's no wonder my wife married another guy. And then who shows up? Who else shows up? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? He's hiring me for a job, but I need money. It's really her. Rain? Yeah? Why don't we get to it then? Oh, wait. I don't know. Hold on. Wait. Don't look at me like that. I'm 55 now. I want you to remember me the way I was when we were together. That is not how you should say this when this is a total shock to both of us. Is that an L's? They cost a fortune here. This one's a little old. They're all the rage on home, too. L's changes the design of the bag every year while producing them in limited numbers, then destroys all the originals. That's why they're so expensive, isn't it? I wasn't able to give you those kinds of things. I didn't need anything back then. That's part of why I was happy. necklace couldn't come cheap. It's pearl. I thought it wasn't easy getting pearls on Beyond. They haven't let any success with culturing pearls there, and the number produced on home continues to drop every year. That's interesting. I think we can just make them now. Can't imagine how much that costs. There's another real reason why pearls are so expensive there. Beyond strictly controls the inflow of goods from home. They've laid down their own special import regulations, haven't they? Even the price of foodstuffs like rice and wheat is astronomical there. Of course, it's partly because of how difficult it is to grow anything. If only they could just find a simpler way of importing food from home. Yeah, bring a box lunch. Why don't I tell you what's been going on about me? I've been working as a private investigator for the past few years. As you've probably guessed, finding work can be a bit of a struggle, but I'm managing. I say that's good to hear. There are plenty of ways to make a quick buck around here for someone like me. They don't call it the Angel-less city for nothing. Things are going all right. As long as I, keep some realistic expectations, I'll survive.
タバコ吸ってるのね。
ああ、これか。地球ではまだそれほど肩身の狭い思いをしなくて済むんだ。
昔は吸わなかった。
あの頃はこれでも宇宙飛行士だったからな。
But he's not an astronaut anymore, is he? Old LA.
俺たちがいたあの頃から30年近く経っているが、何も変わっちゃいない。本当のロスは北に移転しちまったがな。ただ、たまに今日みたいに雪が降るんだ。異常気象らしい。
Snow today in this city? In LA?
ロスに雪が降るなんて。
例の地下鉄もスラム化が進んだんで廃止になってる。あの頃の友人も知人もいなくなっちまったが、同じような仕事仲間はいる。
ジョナサン、結婚は？
How could he get married? It's been 3 years since he was in Frozen. 2 years since he could move properly.
その指輪。
あ。
いや、自分のことで精一杯だ。
Oh.
この指輪は君とのその時のものだ。指輪の跡がかっこ悪くてね、取れずにいる。
まだ私の写真飾ってくれてるのね。
ああ、これ。
なんだか嬉しい。
俺にとってはつい昨日のことなんだ。
ごめんなさい。
I don't know why. I'm just. This game fucking rules. I'm getting emotional for the second time about a past relationship. It's beautiful. I get it. Like, I mean, I'm married, but like, that doesn't mean, no, it's like lose a wife. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like if I lost my wife. And if I woke up in a thing 25 years later and learned, oh yeah, my wife remarried and that was it. How do you move on? When it was like yesterday for yourself. And so much time has passed for her. She mourned, she grieved, she went through the entire process because she thought she lost her husband and moved on and married somebody else, and now Jonathan's back. Still loves you, but you're not the same. She walks to the door. I can imagine. You make eye contact and your heart stops that 1 second. Oh, it's you. It's really you. Devastating. I plan on staying here the rest of my life. I have no intention of going back to space. I find as I'm getting... I don't even know. Earlier in the catalog? No. Because it was 3, 4 Peace Walker, and that was it. That made me cry. And now Snatcher and Policenauts. Did Snatcher make me cry? Maybe. It might have because of their conversations, but so early. The earlier we're going into Kojima's past, it seems, we're finding this deep character writing. Because if all these games are... Here. You can tell that Solid Snake is a cool guy because when he's introduced to you, he's like, why did you take my clothes and point guns at me? And why am I on this boat? I don't want to do this. I don't care if I owe you a government favor. Fuck off. Like, he automatically identifies Solid Snake as a character that is cool because he does not want to listen to that major authority. But then he has the skills to back that up in your actions, and hopefully your gameplay is good enough to make sure that he is good enough to have the skills to back that up. But you get to see him go through cutscenes and do the moves and fight a tank and whatever. He doesn't have to have he gets to have deep and introspective conversations with the people on his codec, but that is a side part of the Metal Gear games where you can spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours in the codec talking to everybody about every gun and everything. Like, all of that content is in there. Completely missable. Because it's made for the craft. The passion of making a game that is full to the brim of brilliant things. We go back in his history and we find these characters that need to have dialogue as the gameplay. We don't have Solid Snake with his ability to go and crawl under a truck and throw a grenade into a thing and snipe a sniper in a snowfield and shoot a big monster robot with a missile, right? Jonathan, he might get into that. Jonathan might have combat like that. I'm not sure if he does yet. But his dialogue is everything has to be written in a way that will make sure that you understand his character. You're going to stage the room for that. I like how much of a sense we got of Jonathan because it feels like an extension of what we got with Gillian in Snatcher. We learned who Gillian was through his dialogues, but like we didn't have the ability to go and, I mean, I didn't, at least in this, have the ability to go and poke every obstacle or thing in the thing. I had options like, look at this, ask about this, talk to this, investigate this. And it was like 4 or potentially 5 options per room. for look and investigate, depending. And if it's talk, there's more. I wish sometimes that game was a little clearer about things to do. Like, I needed that chess puzzle piece for a lot. Like, I had it in my inventory for a fucking long time, it felt like, until I finally needed it. I guess that's what happens. You carry stuff around in your pockets until you need it in a point-and-click adventure. But the gameplay is dialogue. Your characters and learning who they are and interacting with the world is the way that they get to grow themselves and they get to be seen by you, the player. Because otherwise, you're going to go, I'm going to talk about this, and we're going to move on with the plot. And then Jonathan is going to look like a hard-boiled, tough-as-nails cop who needs to get the jobs going. But, like, he's talking, and he's like, oh, I had some real emotional vulnerability talking to my wife who asked if I was married, and I had to tell her that it was still her ring. Youch. For her, that was 30 years ago, and for you, it was yesterday. I know we keep circling back around to that point, but it's so fucking hard. It's unfathomable in today's society. I can't freeze myself for 30 years and unfreeze myself and expect to find my wife. I mean, like, there wouldn't be no reason I would want to do something like that so that my wife has to struggle alone for 30 years. No, that's not happening. But you know what I mean. I, for some reason, disappeared for 20 years, 30 years. And I don't even know where to begin. Society's different. Governments are probably different. Your passports might not be valid. Your citizenship might not be valid. Your currency might not be valid. If you had anything on you, he was a spaceman, so he probably didn't have a couple fives in his back pocket when he went on a spacewalk. He's not going to get him a fucking McFlurry over at the Space Wendy's. You know, they don't have the fly-up window because as soon as they open the window, the entire restaurant gets sucked out into the vacuum of space. And then you have uncooked and partially cooked and fully cooked burgers floating out there with all of the people who are also exploding and freezing at the same time. So don't do a drive-through window in space, number one. And what was I talking about? I can smoke as much as I want to now. What a line to end it on. On home, kidnappings are almost as frequent as rapes and robberies. Jesus Christ, Jonathan. Just say that. I guess you're trying... Okay. I think Jonathan is trying to scare Lorraine. To be like, are you sure you want me to deal with this? This stuff is scary. I deal with rapes and robberies and kidnappings all the time. Like, I think he's attempting to protect her. He's not bragging like, oh yeah, I did. No, I think he's trying to be like, you don't want to mess with me and my business because if maybe somebody goes after you, you know? I feel like this is a protection. Trafficking people is more profitable than drugs or prostitution. Ouch. Fuck. Every Kojima game is about this. I mean, in Metal Gear Solid 1, I guess there's the genome soldiers, although those were regular soldiers that were just injected with Big Boss's DNA and given DNA gene therapy. Then there's the child soldiers that are, of course, solid and liquid and, you know, everything else that goes with that. Then in Metal Gear Solid 2, they've got the child soldiers, and then eventually that gets into Raiden losing his body and getting put into, you know, the robot suit and him just being basically this much of a person from this much up. This is Raiden. He doesn't have any head. This is it. This is it. This is his existence plus a spinal cord. That's all he has. That's all he needs to stay alive. Apparently. Like, and due to things like that, we got in Revengeance that entire hallway full of brains of children that they stole. Big Boss and child soldiers that he had stolen from Africa to begin with back in Metal Gear Solid 5, besides the rest of them that he was going and doing for the rest of the series? Maybe not entirely for organs. Trafficking people for war. All this, the trafficking people, ownership of people, and the inability to have a will for some people is an idea that is basically in every Metal Gear game. I mean, look at Gray Fox. Fuck, he's kept medically alive. He doesn't have organs now. He's a suit man. He's Raiden in the past. I think all he is a head. Fuck. That's terrible. Yes, it is. It's even more dangerous here now than when I was a cop. Just be careful, okay? I guess I can talk about the case. How's your family? Why don't we get to it then? Finally ready, huh? How many kids, Lorraine? Do they have any kids? I don't know if I want to know this answer. I have a daughter. Her name's Karen. That's the three of us. My daughter, my husband, and me. We all live in Beyond. Oh, shit. There's some private privileges there. I didn't want to see that. Please, negotiator privileges. No. I wanted to ask about family. Just the three of us, they live on Beyond. Okay. Your daughter's living there too? Karen's a news anchor on Beyond. I haven't seen any news anchors yet, I don't think. News anchor, huh? Pretty famous there. She'll be 27 soon. She's still single. Does she look like Lorraine when she was in her 20s? Hard to believe you have a 26-year-old daughter. 4 years. Right? I am 55 now, right? She's still single. I don't know why that is a point she's bringing up twice. What's Beyond like these days? Like you were saying, this place doesn't look like it's changed much. Beyond's different. A lot different. You wouldn't recognize it either. Everything's settled down there. Pretty much like any ordinary city now. Beyond will be celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Things have been slowly gone downhill over the years, though. We're always looking over your shoulder wherever you go, if you know what I mean. I read you. It's always been like that in the city. Alright, let's hear it.
君の夫がどうしたって？
夫の北条健三が3週間前会社に出かけたきり行方不明なの。
Kenzo Hojo.
会社や警察に問い合わせても誰も取り合ってくれないの。
Where does he work?
それで地球へ。
嫌な予感がするの。何かあったに違いないわ。
蒸発とかじゃ。
蒸発なんて考えられない。この地球ならともかくコロニーで行方不明だなんてきっと何かの事件に。
脅迫みたいなものは？
いえ、何も。まるで神隠しにあったみたい。
金目当ての誘拐ではなさそうだ。
Want me to look for him? You're the only person I can call. Hard to look for someone you don't know what it looks like. I got a photo. Kenzo
君
Hojo.
が再婚した北条ってどんな人物なんだ？
北条は日系2世で、あの徳川グループの徳川製薬に
Half
勤める
Japanese, is that what they said?
生真面目で勤勉で、とても悪いことなんかでき
They're
ない
both half
人。
Japanese?
そうね。写真だったわね。
なるほど。
Oh,
でも
Naruhodo.
悪人には
Yeah, he looks like a pretty good dude. He's gone missing, though.
幸せそうじゃないか。
ええ。この写真、預かってくださるわよね。
Look at his arm.
可愛いんだな。
Look at his arm wrapped around her neck, though. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a noogie you'll never forget. I'm about to give you a spine buster. I don't have many pictures of him. Why not? Hojo's behavior. Have you noticed anything unusual about your husband before he disappeared? All the years I knew him, he'd been your typical company employee. He'd get up, leave for work, and then he'd come walking through the door at the end of the day. Same schedule. Day in, day out. Joe, welcome to the show. Thank you for your 35 stream streak. Also, hidden in the shadows, thank you also for your 125 stream streak. And then also, HP, what are you at now? 306 or something? Something like that. Make sure HP gets in here, Joe. Don't let HP lose the streak. In the past few months, you've become more unpredictable, you might say. Can't really draw anything concrete from that. You think he'd become involved in something, though? That's my gut feeling, yeah. There were any indications of some sort of trouble beforehand, the chances of it being a ransom kidnapping are pretty slim. Become angry and frightened. It wasn't like him. I've never seen him break down like that before. You're saying someone might have targeted him for some reason? He never told me what was going on, whatever it was. Marriage to Hojo. How'd you guys meet? I moved to Beyond right after you went missing. So you lose your husband into space and then you leave Earth? Yeah, okay. After how much you hated it? I just wanted to be closer to you anyway. Damn it! That's really sweet. I wanted to be closer to you any way I could. She got to space in order to attempt to be closer to where he was. Lovely. I met Kenzo at that Nihonjin Matsuri run by Tokugawa. Nihonjin Matsuri? It's a festival for Japanese people on Beyond. So why were you there? I have Japanese blood too, remember? I do. I remembered that. Forgive me, Jonathan, I couldn't have survived on my own. I was lonely. I wanted someone to be there. That's when Kenzo came along. The conglomerate's reach doesn't stop at Beyond. They essentially run space, and Joseph Sadaoki Tokugawa runs the group. That's my old friend. My old Policenauts buddy. He's just as well known on home as he is out here. If Hojo's a Tokugawa employee, I suppose we can't totally rule out that he was kidnapped. You could get good money out of that, I'd imagine. No one on Beyond would even think of messing with Tokugawa. They're too afraid of the retaliation. It wouldn't be worth it. Retaliation? Evolution. It took advantage of the space development boom more than anyone. They essentially have the power to shape space's economy however they want. Is there a second wave of Japan bashing? Is there a second wave of Japan bashing going on there? Just the opposite. Everything else is another story. Clues. Well, you have anything.
ロレイン、君の勘だけではわからないな。何か手がかりになるようなものは。
Is there anything that you have that you would consider
工場から預かってい
clues?
るものがあるの。カプセル剤と葉の切れ端なんだけど、
Piece of leaf.
なんだかわからないけど重要なものらしいわ。
A piece of leaf?
カプセルと葉か。
Capsules I can look at. I can analyze what's
自
in
分
there.
に何かあったら
Maybe.
これを警察か信用のできる人のところへ届けるようにって。
信用のできる人か。
ね、蒸発なんかじゃないでしょ。
Could the leaf be something like I'm thinking, you know, like poppies make opium. Like, is the leaf a way to synthesize a drug?
まだその手がかりの品を見せてもらってはいないが、他に何か手がかりは。
口癖のように言ってたことがあるの。プラトーに何かあるって。
Play-Doh?
プラトーに何かある。
Play-Doh?
何のことだろう。
What does a leaf have to do with Play-Doh? Capsules.
どっちからでもいいが、それは
これがそのカプセルよ。
何の薬だろう。
わからないの。
徳川製薬に関係するものだろうか。
これ預かってください。
Something is in these capsules. It's not, probably not the drugs that's there. Will you try to get them analyzed? Yes, I will. Leaf.
じゃあもう一つのその葉の切れ端ってのは。
Is it mint?
これがその葉よ。見たことのない葉だわ。
しかしなぜ半分なんだろう。
最初から半分だったわ。預かってくださる？それ。
What? And Play-Doh. We've said Pluto? I'm not sure anymore. We haven't been to Pluto though. Plato? I don't know.
依頼の内容については君の話で大体分かった。
Her head
確か
looks
にただの蒸
weird
発
with
じゃ
the
なさそう
shadow.
だ。
ジョナサン、引き受けてくれるわよね。
Like she didn't blend her foundation, you know?
お金なら心配しないで。
Like it looks like her face is not supposed to be on this model. Like you're clipping through another model and it's just the face of the other character.
お金はドル？円？
待ってくれロレイン。
You can turn the case down? What happens if you turn the case down?
ロレイン、悪いが他を渡ってくれないか。
I made a quick save.
俺はもうビヨンドへ渡る気はない。もう宇宙へは。
ジョナサン。
この仕事は今の俺には荷が重すぎる。よければ他の同業者を紹介する。みんな少し気が荒いが信用できる奴らばかりだ。
ジョナサン、私、あなたを苦しめるつもりできたんじゃないわ。誰も頼れる人がいないの。週末までビバリーヒルズのホテルニューローズにいます。気が変わったら連絡して。ジョナサン、私許してもらおうなんて思ってない。あなたの帰りを待ちきれなかったの。ごめんなさい。 あなたが救出された時、私心から嬉しかった。もっと早かったらすぐにでもあなたのところへ飛んで行けたのに。それが言いたかった。
Yeah. A little sooner.
ここへはどうやって？
ホテルで車借りたの。クラシックな感じの。
そうか。
Come.
会えてよかったわ。じゃあ。
ロレイン、俺も会いたかった。もっと早くに。
Who was that?
ロレイン、車から離れろ。
What is about to happen? I mean, I assumed a car bomb, but what is about to happen? Oh my god. Oh my god, is Lorraine okay? Am I gonna get into a shootout?
奴はどこへ行った？
Who will be West Deborah Doyle's on all stab Angel? How do I? He's got a gun. Is Sniper Wolf's fight a reference to this?
感触はあったな。言えない。
Ah, shit.
くそ、どこに隠れた？
Yeah! Whoa, wait! Actually, wait. They said the signpost has 4 legs. Whoa! Damn, I'm shooting this guy a lot.
Come.
Oh, he's down the alley. I hit him a couple times. He's got to be bleeding,
路
right?
地へ逃げ込んだな。逃がさんぞ。
Piemonte Ravioli Co. That's the restaurant sign. It's purposely low-key. This is the last place you want to take your kids. Comes off as some innocent little bistro, but the real business is selling VR child porn. Oh, God. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. There's a strip club filled with so-called women who've Hey, that's fucking transphobic, dude. I was inside for a case once. They're called biovestites, people who have had sex changes through gene therapy. Why is Kojima... I don't know how I feel about this. This city's famous for him, unfortunately. So... in this world, there's a way to trans your gender with gene therapy, changing your genetics without having to utilize HRT or something of that persuasion. Like, I'm not going to defend the rest of it. It was a different time back then, but I'm not going to defend the rest of it. Fuck, dude. I called it out. That was transphobic. This whole bit, this is all bad. But it's of the times, and this is what the game was. We have to take the good and the bad. This is what was here. I wouldn't set foot in here on a normal day, let alone right now. Man, even in 2040, there's no trans rights. I guess this is also LA through the lens of Japan, too. Just a dumpster, nothing strange. Goes back quite a bit. I can enter the alley. Well, that's one knock against this. Is that white blood? Is this another fucking android? Is there a Snatcher? Is this a fucking Snatcher? Trans people have always existed. Absolutely, trans people have always existed. I'm not going to argue against that. That is for sure true. In every culture, in every society, in every civilization, trans people have always existed and will exist in the future. And if you disagree with me, you can taste my trans rights and my trans lefts. Wah ba ba, wah ba ba, ba 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 ba. Anyway, how much worm? How much worm is there? Can you eat the worm instead? Is there apple inside of the worm? This guy
Come.
all over the alley. Is it milk? No. White blood. Androids having white blood continues to be a staple through Kojima's games. This guy's a Snatcher. Can you see? Look at all this.
Come.
Maybe he gets off on.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Geek. I'm sliding over cars while I shoot. I think that I'm some proof. But bitch, I'm happy with that proof.
Snake. You've jorked it all the way down the alley, and the clap your ass cheeks is alerting the guards. Buddy, you gotta get it together. In Metal Gear Solid 2, there is an Easter egg where you can have Snake jerk off in a locker. I'm not kidding. You look at Sexy Booby Lady for a little while in the Tanker chapter, and you call Otacon, and Snake is like, on the other end of the codec, he's looking, that's not what I wanted to hit. He's legit looking like, and Otacon's like, what are you doing? Get your ass back in gear. And it ends. Is that what it is? The Snake Beater achievement? Oh my god. I didn't know. That was an achievement I didn't know. Oh my goodness. I mean, I played it on a PS2. I didn't have achievements back then. Fortunately? I think I just liked to do stuff in Metal Gear. Remember when Metal Gear Solid 2 made all of the environment, like, not all of it, but a bunch of the environment super interactable, where you can shoot bottles and, like, knock over a thing of ice and watch the ice cubes individually melt? Yeah, hold on, I'll show you. Here, hold on. Here, watch. He's gonna walk into this room, look at Titty Lady, and touch his pee-pee. Damn, son, look at that belly button. Those panties aren't high enough for me, though. You want that high leg, baby.
What do you think you're doing, Snake? You don't have enough to keep you busy? Try to remember the mission if you can.
Yeah. Yep, there you go. He's leaving white splotches on the floor. So Solid Snake left white splotches on my floor. That's what happened. He was the one who put them all over my alley. That's what happened. He shot him right down the alley. What he did is what he deserves, is what he do. Somebody place some garbage bags next to it. Maybe it's full. Maybe it's full of robot. Is that his blood? I hope it's not Chris's blood. Fuck. Fuck. More blood? I wasted a lot of time back there. Oh, yeah. Garbage bags placed next to the dumpster. They're made of biodegradable plastic. This was done with spray paint. Doesn't look like blood. I dilly-dallied, so he's probably in a different place. He's losing a hell of a lot of blood, so he can't be that far. This is where his blood stops. I think the garbage bags are right. They look like... I don't doubt it, dude. Way too dark to see up ahead. Way too dark to see up ahead. June! Oh my goodness. June coming in with the fucking fantastical raid. Thank you for being a part of the Sandwichard experience today. My name is Richard Sandwichard. If you've never been here before, well, that's good for you. No. It's gonna get clipped and people are gonna think, oh man, Richard's gonna eat brains. Look!
His video content is interesting at best.
And by it, I mean, I want to suck your penis.
There's no P.
There's no P. Yes. Bring on the PP. Can you give us an example of something that isn't a sandwich? You know the everything bagel? Imagine if there was nothing.
Follow and subscribe today.
This is gonna be your 9/11.
It's free real estate.
Welcome to the Sandwichard experience. My name is Richard Sandwichard. Make sure you get your daily bread because you'll also get fish, which are over there. Howdy, Policenaut. Howdy, June. Hold on, I gotta give you a shouty. Shout out. Oh, I spelled your name wrong. Because I'm mean. And apparently I can't spell today. There we go. Crusader, no remorse. What is that?
Thanks
What?
for everything.
I was gonna say, is that it? No, that's Deus Ex. I know what that is.
You're in the way. Oops.
Oh,
oh shit. I'm right.
Just hit it with the dragon tooth.
That's on top. So wait, because right, I can't.
Smack it.
I'm not.
Just smack everything with a dragon tooth.
On top, right? That's how.
I need to
works.
do a Deus Ex
I can't
playthrough on the
I
stream.
can't
I have not played Deus Ex in a
So then what
fucking
do you
long
do?
time. And I need to know how it holds up.
Yeah, it's too heavy to lift.
What is this clip? I don't know. It's great.
I guess just hop on top and oh, wow.
Oh, are you doing a clip? You might. No.
Okay. Do it this way. All right.
You're. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm enthralled. Oh. Ah, you did it! June, that was great. Thank you for being here on a part of the Sandwichard experience. June, did you recently go through Policenauts? I'm trying to remember who I was watching that did. It feels like something made by mistake. That's possible. Not yet. Okay, we're just in the beginning. Just Snatcher. Okay, because we finished that last week, and we're playing Policenauts this week, naturally. So you came in at a great time. I didn't make a proper updated version of my Metal Gear. That's all. Of my Metal Gear series playthrough chart yet, but we got Policenauts, and then we got Penguin Adventure, because of course we do, followed by Death Stranding. Death Stranding is coming out in June, and the thing is, it's probably not coming to PC, so I'm still not going to be able to play it. So even if I make my journey take forever to get through to the release date of Death Stranding, there's no guarantee I'm going to be able to play it release date. So I might as well just move on to Mass Effect Monday after I do Death Stranding. Oh well. June, how are you today? I'm so glad you're here. Sultan Bore, I also saw you here. How are you? You know, it's been a minute since I played a Yakuza game. I am considering going back through to Yakuza Kiwami. I was watching Tazzy play it, Tazzy Time on Twitch. I was watching Tazzy play it, and it looks so fun. The Majima Everywhere system is really cool. Majima is the best part of that game, and I really want to go through it properly. So I might, this is spoilers for the future, I might go back to Yakuza 1 at some point in the futures on Fridays. That could be fun. But June, thank you for bringing your friends in. I'm glad you're here. I spent the last 2 hours of my stream just talking and investigating and having like my take and my piece over like what's been happening with it, just building the atmosphere, right? Like this is a very long series for what this is going to be. Because I'm going to be talking about whatever. And the relationship that Jonathan and his now ex-wife, but in his heart still current wife because it's complicated, has already brought me to tears. And like I'll be like, yeah, I cry, it's not at the drop of a hat, but like you know, because Kojima, he's a Kojima protagonist. He's written, well, we already had like a transphobic part of this so far back in the last screen, and I called that out. I was like, that's gross, that's disgusting, but it was written back then, and trans people have always existed, so I don't know what they were thinking. It was gross. The line was, yeah, worse than Gillian just being a misogynist. It was these this is a parlor for so-called women to go and like do their strip and sex stuff. They're biovestites that get gene therapy to make themselves women. And I'm like, that all together sounds awful. The way that it is described, the terminology, like, it just feels so bad. And I was like, ugh. Like, sure, the concept is cool, but biovestites sounds like shit. You don't need to separate people who have undergone any kind of sex change based on whether or not they've done it organically. But I guess this is also kind of the point of this game. There is a difference between the upper class and the lower class, and I guess the ones that can afford to do it in a way that's not going to be like that might, you know, have a different place in Beyond, which is the upper crust of society. So, again, not defending. This is just an observation that I'm having here. But it still is like, ew, yuck. I wish I could find the perfect pixel. Is he in the vent? These pipes. No, not the pipes. I don't know. Hey, I gotta find the perfect pixel. There is, so I'm not gonna say there's a perfect pixel. There's probably an area I have to click. But in certain point-and-click adventure games, the idea would be that you have to do like a pixel hunt where you fucking click everything in the environment, like to anything that you think might be interactable, in order to find what is going to take you further. This kind of looks like a guy here. I fucking thought it was the garbage. Cat. I'm not shooting it. I think it's a cat. Fuck. Maybe I have to. Just a rat. Oh, distraction! Damn it. Damn it! Damn it! How do I reload? Did I get him? I got him. This alley doesn't have cum stains. Or, sorry, it doesn't have stains. It has white blood stains, which I guess is effectively a protein-rich, nutrient-fulfilling liquid that will give you the whatever you need for your body to fuel itself and go through your heart and brain and carry oxygen to do all that shit. So I guess it's like, but worse. I'll kill you. He got over here and then wrote on the ground in his blood, "I'll kill you," and then ran away. This guy was different. I think Kojima would carry on with the white blood punches. That's what I said. That's what I said. I was like, there's white blood in every game. Solid Snake has fake blood. Right? No, he has nanomachines put into him. Did they take some of his blood and give him some other blood? They might have done something like that. Maybe Fox Tiger. I know Raiden did for sure. I guess the ninja would have had synthetic blood. We don't really know because I mean he has red blood. He gets torn in half. I don't know. I know Raiden does. That looks like the Yakuza font. This is the Yakuza font. He left this message for me. He's still waiting around. He's not here. He's not here. Got many places to hide. I can't see very well. Did he make like a 10-foot vertical leap? Go up like a solid brick? No, he's bleeding. I hit him good. Oh, I have the font. I have it downloaded. Oh, there's my fuck dumpster. Here, slide. You're shooting it. Purple carpet. Gotta get out of here before the police continue to show up. I mean, I guess you're within the legal, like, bounds of what you do, but I guess you need to be licensed? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. Do I want to save? Yes. File saved. They have the music, the dudes in the background. I was focusing on the music. Let me focus on the dialogue. Oh shit. No, she does not die. No. 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 No.
ジョナス、お願い。カレンは病気なの。助けてあげて。カレンは。
Solid Snake Bar.
知り合いか。友人だ。古い。かわいそうに。ビヨンドから来たんだろう。いや、戻ってきたんだ。
She visited him to talk about her dead husband's disappearance and then died. She did not realize this was going to be her final day alive. But he had to go to space now for her. She did it. He has to. We gotta go to Beyond. We gotta figure out what the fuck is going on. I hate this though. I don't want to go to space. Not again. Not after the accident. Not after the accident. It's a gravity turn. Can't believe, because I got the achievement, she came back to me. I can't believe she married another guy who she'll never get to see again. He's might as well be dead too now. I got to see my wife one last time. Before she died. If he went to rescue her first, if he went to rescue her first, she might have survived instead of spending fucking 10 minutes looking down an alleyway. All I have now is Ed. Why are you bandaged? Our villain? Is this our villain? No. No way. Especially since he's a different color. He's probably an android. They probably don't look the same in terms of skin tone, and this is how they tell the difference, probably. I mean, Snatcher was this. I mean, Snatcher was. You can only tell when they tried to shoot you when they open their face up. This guy's probably your bad guy. I'll wait for that. I've had cosmophobia ever since. For him, he has had cosmophobia for 3 years. I guess 3 years and whatever time that it took for him to get to fly out into space and then get frozen. So Ever since then? No. Yeah, sure. He's acting like he's had it forever. An accident out in space. Yeah. Uh-huh. Did you have cosmophobia when you were frozen and not conscious? I guess. You think that it... What if... Oh, God. How do we freeze somebody so that they don't experience brain death? Right? Like, that's the thing with cryogenic freezing. How do we thaw them so that they're not going to be dead when they wake up? These sci-fi stories all do that. They're like, oh, we had a guy who we had to unfreeze. Yeah? How'd you do it without him not being alive after you did it? Despite you having to quickly or slowly, whatever method they used to warm the guy up, like his brain was minus whatever degrees. Do you freeze it fast enough so there's just no damage, and then while you're trying to resuscitate the brain, you have them be dead probably for still a couple another minutes until you resurrect them properly? Is this the issue with cryogenic freezing and why we can't do anything about it? Because how do we test this? Is it ethical? I was talking about this before. Is it ethical to send people out into space in order to colonize a planet? One, no, because you're colonizing a planet. But like, and that's going to take you, say, 200 years to get there. But then is it ethical to, when you have better space travel in that 200 years, is it ethical to go to that planet first? Or do you allow them to do what they have to do, despite the fact that they have worse resources and worse equipment that's 200 years behind whatever you imagined and can't do anything half as good? Like, imagine 200 years from now they have a pill that will, like, you plant it into the ground and it will terraform things for you. I'm not going to say that's going to happen in 200 years, but imagine an advancement that we have for easy terraforming of a planet. Sorry, I was thinking about how cool that would be. Man, we could have had a great space future. This guy's the bad guy, though. We could have had a great space future. I didn't even know you were here, honey. It turned my shoulder, and I didn't know that I had a guest. I don't know I had a guest. Oh, those are... No, get those free feet off of the screen. What? Yeah, there you go. Now you're fine. Yeah, you'd need something like a Gek in order to, like, get your planet good. But, like, if it takes you 200 years to get to that place, whatever technology you had would be absolutely outpaced by whatever that would be, right? Is it ethical? No, it's not, right? Like, but this is like a colony outside of the Earth, like the Federation is Xeon. There's still Mars. I don't know what's happening yet. Is this inspired by Gundam too? It must be, in some way. Kojima's like 80% movies. I mean, sci-fi, you just consume that shit. Yeah, baby. Tough guy.
気を紛らわすには話すのが一番です。隣に座ったのも何かの縁です。
This is our villain. Honey, right, this is a bad guy. Hey. Yeah? Yeah, hold on. You the face you made was great. You were like Turn of Ganon.
よろしく。私はレッドウッドです。
Tony Redwood. Tony Redgrave.
よろしく。
From fake Resident Evil 4. By Devil May Cry standards. Is this what it sounds like to go through space? I mean, I guess it wouldn't sound like anything, but inside, I guess there would be machines and whatnot. I'm just, like, marveling at this for a second. Like... we colonized Mars. He was one of the first people on Mars. How is he not famous? I guess when you disappear for 28 years, people don't really know who you are. But how is he not? I guess this guy would recognize him since he's a villain. But how is he not more recognized? How do more people not know who this guy is? He disappeared for 28 years and or 25 years and then showed up. He was rescued. He existed again. He was no longer one of the first people to be probably lost in space. He was brought back. He was one of the first people telling you that it was possible, and the technology, the way it probably advanced after that, in the next even 5 years, probably be like, oh yes, make these balls better in order to get these people back faster. Like, you can tell Jonathan Ingram is not a nerd because he doesn't want to talk about space. He wants to talk about cop shit. What's that crest on your jacket? This? It's the Policenauts crest. Policenauts? They're from back in the day. It's a Policenauts crest. This thing is 30 years old now. What sort of badge is that? Oh, just this thing I have. Kind of a good luck charm. Kind of hard trying to judge myself objectively. I must look like hell right now. And you don't look good, Jonathan. I'm guessing you're a heavy smoker. Did you know that smoking isn't permitted on Beyond? And just to help my nerves, I'm not going to light it. What? Didn't John Green do that in his book about, oh. I put it between my lips and I don't light it. I control my own destiny, Hazel Grace, or something like that. There's a line in the book where the boy carries unlit cigarettes in his mouth because it's his way of subverting the fact that he is going to die from cancer. He doesn't have the cancer put into his body, but he holds it in his mouth because I guess he thinks it's cool. What is with teenage boys? They just want to look cool in front of girls that have cancer. I'm surprised to let you on board with that. It got pretty ugly, believe me. Did you swallow it and have to spit it back up? I do. Is that a bent cigarette? Sort of. This is a mixed cigarette. The only cigarette that gives off secondary smoke anymore. It's a type of bent cigarette. They're hard to come by even on home. Guess we'll be saying goodbye to these for a while. I get to have one more smoke. Fuck. I don't even get to have one more smoke. Jonathan Ingram, it's me. Do I have sweat? No, I don't have commentary on sweat. Do I have chairs? Outside? Remarkable, isn't it? Absolutely. Oh, space is the place. An emotionless vacuum silencing all but the tiniest of organisms. Yeah, and Jonathan came back from hell. Moving your head a lot will only make your SAS worse. Your space... I forgot what it was called. Space something sickness. That's an air circulator. When you do something, it does something. It's a device for circulating air. It's different from an air conditioner. What if I hit the green button? Because I know the red one's what I want. What if I hit this button? There's a button called the stewardess and a button for the TV. Well, we gotta watch TV. Guess I'll see what's on the actually, no, I should probably talk to Redwood first. He's an unusual kind of guy. Looks awkward to talk to. Cars 2, I don't think they have this on this ship. They might have Planes, though. Maybe Planes, Fire, and Rescue. 2 of the worst films ever made. You mind if we talk? Ask about his background. Your skin looks a little... Damn, dude. You're coming right out and saying it? How rude. Racist. It's always like this, yes. He's an android. Like, I know he's an android. He doesn't have pupils. Why is your skin that color? Buddy, you can't just ask... You can't just ask people why their skin is that color. You can't be saying shit like that, white baby. Because of my artificial blood, my red blood cells are actually white. Well, if he has artificial skin, I assume the white blood doesn't do anything to make a pigment within him. He is white artificial blood. He also probably has artificial skin. Like, he's probably a fake boy. This is the guy that I shot in the alley after he killed my ex-wife. It was really complicated. First little bit. A car blew up. I got into a gunfight with a robot man. Have you ever met a robot that grows its own skin? If so, please give it my number. White blood. I wonder if it's Chris's blood. I use first generation artificial blood, meaning he's probably a really old assassin bot, which is less complex than the third generation kind you see on home. Are you from beyond? Yes, I was born and raised there. I had a family matter to attend to on home. No, you didn't. You shot at me. Yourself, are you a terrestrial? Not exactly. I used to be an amphibian. You know, going back and forth between home and beyond. Amphibian? Come. You were one of the amphibians? It was a long time ago. Back when we were called astronauts. It might not make much sense to terrestrials, but beyond is a home to me. First gen artificial blood, are you military? That's what I said. Something like that. I'm a frozener after all. I said to read go. He's a man that keeps getting frozen and unfrozen to do jobs, I swear. You must be a pretty busy guy. My job isn't that involving. Imagine living your life one frozen part at a time. An assassin that only gets brought out like not to talk about Marvel, but thinking about Winter Soldier from the comic books, where he has an on-again, off-again relationship with Black Widow because he's at everything that she's at because they freeze and unfreeze him. And she's like, damn, it's been a couple of years, why does he look and move exactly the same? It's ridiculous. Winter Soldier's a he's fucking cool in the comics, I'll tell you that. I like the Winter Soldier. I like anybody with a robot arm. It's a weakness of mine. I love robot arms. Put my arm in a robot. No, not like that. You know, I guess I put my brain in a robot. You know. Oh, you better be a busy guy? No. After space has been at peace for an entire century. Space has been at peace since 1940? What happened in 1940? It's 2040. What happened? And, the entire century? What do you mean Oh, do you mean since the 2000s? I guess it's been a century since it's almost been 100 years since we went on the moon. It's been 60. I don't know how to feel about this. We haven't done anything. We're trying to do more stuff in space. We haven't done anything in space for that long. That's such a loss. No wonder people wrote so much space fiction. People love that stuff. I love that stuff. Hold on. I gotta check my timer. I think I have to take a pill. Take 2 blue ones. No, what? Why are you red pilling me? I took these. 10 o'clock? Probably not. I think I'm taking these on cycles of, because it's every 12 hours. So if I do it at 10 and 10. So the white ones I have to take every 12 hours, twice a day. These are, so I'm taking them at 10, at 6, and then midnight, 6 hours. Maybe. Point is, these are new pills I have to take. I hope I get better soon. Space has been at peace the entire century. Fuck, it really has been a century. My job isn't that involving. I doubt it. Beyond's a very nice place. It is 1g artificial gravity, so that is 1 of Earth's gravity. It's equivalent to 1 Earth. That means there's places probably like the Belters or something that might be heavier or lighter. I'm guessing Belters, because people need to mine. If you want detailed information, you should talk to the stewardesses. It's hitting its 30th birthday soon. I mean, I hit that a couple years ago. There are festivities going on all over Beyond to mark the anniversary. Frozeners. What do you mean by Frozener? Now, this is me taking a guess. This is a guy who gets frozen and unfrozen over and over and over and over. A frozener is someone who created from an artificially fertilized egg held in cryogenic storage by the government, or the breeders, as some people call them. This is definitely different than I expected at all. The egg is later transferred to a surrogate mother for gestation and delivery. This is... Okay, you're not a robot, but you are genetically altered and designed to... This is like Gattaca. There's a severe shortage of manpower and space development. You sound like I'm boring you. All Frozeners have an identification code like this tagged into our foreheads, surprising as it might seem. There's a great number of Frozeners on Beyond. So, okay. That's basically what, like, 8 is, right, in Splatoon? Feels like 8 was put on ice or something, right? I could be wrong. Basically, right? Waking up at a time. I love... Can it... Like, why are stories where people or whatever wake up out of time so good? Like, I read... you know, probably because I read Slaughterhouse 5 at a really, like, early age for it. I think I was, like, 12 or 13, and I don't think Kurt Vonnegut was meant for me back then, but I loved it. And a man unstuck in time, experiencing all moments within itself between, you know, his birth, life, working. He's in a human farm. Goop memory. Yeah, goop memory. Goop memory wiped. I love that. I mean, look, octopi, I don't know anything about them. They can be made of goop. Also, maybe if you memory wipe goop, you get a better soldier. Huh. Memory wipe them and give them a better objective. I guess. You know, we just keep circling back around to the Winter Soldier. There's no discrimination against us on Beyond like there is on Home. Okay. Home doesn't like the Frozeners. Okay. Frozeners look like this because they are basically just genetically modified test tube babies kept on ice. So what is the actual difference? They're like regular people. Do they need? We're considered superior. Oh, it's still just classism because your genes are good. Artificial blood. Human memory in liquid crystals that transformed into sea life. Well, I didn't play Splatoon 3, so that's an interesting point. Holy shit. Imagine being made sentient one day. Like tricking a computer into thinking. What does having artificial blood do for somebody? Artificial blood has a higher oxygen transportation efficiency than normal blood, so that means if you get shot, you can still not bleed out. It makes heavy blood loss less of a life-threatening. I just said that! I just said that! This guy's a fucking villain. The body's functions aren't negatively affected in areas of low oxygen density either. Supposed to be stupid? Am I supposed to be stupid? Like, oh, this is artificial blood. This man, you know, he's got artificial blood, and he had heavy blood loss, and he doesn't look good, and he's got a bandaged arm, and you know, maybe you ought to be less. With Jonathan? Well, we haven't talked about that yet. Can they even eat food? This is a weird... I feel like that's a racist question. Because that would assume that these aren't just people who also need to eat and whatever. Like a completely different species or something. That seems like a rude question. I was like, do you eat food? Of course they eat food. But... you know. Tube food. No, they only have artificial... No, they have artificial gravity most of the time. They have 0G right now. But they've perfected the ability to do... Actually, what kind of snacks would they serve on a plane in order to make sure that no crumb... Because, like, any tiny crumb of something getting into anything would be bad, right? Like, a sliver of graphite floating into something can cause a massive electrical short. And just cause a system to go out immediately within, you know, a second. Because that's all needed. A little... That's done. Oops. Like... What do they eat on this plane? We gotta get there. I gotta ask about food. When are we gonna arrive? We're just past the halfway point. I don't want to show this guy all of the stuff and let him know how much of this investigation that I'm on to him about. This is probably a bad idea to show anybody my evidence. Who are they? I don't know them. I wouldn't expect you to. This is a photo of me when Lorraine went to Lucas World, the one I had sitting on my desk in my office. They... Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Oh, man, sneaking a corned beef on rye onto space. Oh, man. Actually, there were jokes about how much Albine could eat on the first launch. And they were like, yeah, we need to have like 16 times the amount of spaghetti for this guy because I've seen him eat like enough for like an entire squad. And they're like, copy, we should go factor the rest of the weight into our calculations. Like, there are so many like chatter things from like the moon launches and like just on radio back and forth because I guess you have to have open comms in case your ship suddenly blows up. But like, there's so much chatter that's captured that's like currently like online. Like, I think you just Google it and it's part of like a museum website or something, some kind of place holding all that media. But it's fucking fantastic. It's really funny. I should listen to it sometime. Is that your wife? Oh, dude. No. Is she your girlfriend? Something about her reminds me of the woman from that other photo. I guess the ages aren't too far apart, though. Photograph looks old. Is that date correct? Yeah. Are those for the SAS? I don't need any. I'm a Beyond, so I'm all right. What kind of leaf is that? Is that from a terrestrial plant? Policenauts photo. Why am I not surprised? That's about as rare as that crest. You just have a real thing for them. No, now virtually anyone can go to outer space. Now, I can't believe I showed him all of my stuff. When are we gonna arrive? You look concerned with the time. I can't settle down. Past the halfway point. We still have a while to go. He turns on TV. Guess what she sees? Gator Boy rocking on MTV. What do we got? Kojima, what TV did you bring us? The BBC! Big black cockeration news order. Oh, it's Karen Hojo! That's the... Damn. Does she even know her mom's dead? Does she even know her mom's dead? This is my love interest, and it might be my daughter. Oh, God. Narc! 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 Okay, there's a drug called Narc. The drug is called Narc. There's a bunch of people using Narc out home. Narc? Oh, is somebody gonna narc on them for using Narc? What is this? Investigate. Trafficking routes of Narc from Earth. What is that? Narc is a semi-synthetic narcotic made from black pepper. What did I say? I literally said, oh, you know how they make the opium from the poppers? And they're using it literally as an example. Fuck yes. Oh, I love context clues. I love understanding what the game is going to tell me before it tells me. Space's most common illegal drug, Narc. Used by a third. It's a... Oh, I was going to say a third of the people on Beyond, and it's illegal? What are you... But involved in space development. I don't know how many people that is, but it seems like a lot if it's still a third. Expects that number continues to rise. That's Garen Hojo.
Come.
Wow.
BBC どこのテレビ局だろう
The Brits?
今のはビヨンドのテレビ番組ですよ
Beyond Broadcasting Corporation? Beyond Coast Broadcasting.
BBC ね
No, that is BCB, not BBC. Beyond... Very good. This... They just said it was Beyond Coast Broadcasting, and then said it was BBC. That's not... It's not how that's spelled. Kojima. Kojima, come on. It's BCB. You're not even going to catch that, are you? Nope. Just sitting here silently. Turn on TV. Guess who she sees? Oh, there she is again. Down on the BBC. Beyond Coast Broadcasting. Worldwide organ shortage? Are there organ shortages because people keep kidnapping children to steal their organs? Do they rely on all of these to be murders so they can get the organs from the bodies when they're still good? Oh, God.
宇宙開発における宇宙環境の影響により人体へのさまざまな障害が起こっています無重力状態や宇宙船などにより臓器の疾患
Cosmic rays and gravity or different and weightlessness have fueled the rise in rates of organ abnormality. Like, imagine getting a heart problem because gravity is keeping your flaps closed in your heart. And you go weightlessness and your heart can't beat properly. Or something. I don't know. But I imagine that if your body is weightless, your organs are too. And they... You know, they'll move and do what they have to do because they're, you know, they're inside you doing what they're doing. I can't imagine the effects of weightlessness on them at all, let alone, like, continuously. Like, for over, I mean, astronauts do it already. Have they studied what happens to them for a prolonged period of time of weightlessness? And at cosmic rays, they, like, this is 2040. This is 15 years from now. And they are now concerned with the effects of cosmic rays and weightlessness on the human body. Are we even researching that? Is that something that they thought of? Not to be like, oh, is NASA stupid? Is that something that we have, like, papers written on, studied, and be like, this is safe, and this is, like, what, with our modern understanding of what weightlessness in space is like? No. I'm not saying market them. I'm saying like, Colonel Chris Hadfield up in the space station right now. Like, is he writing, not him specifically, but is somebody, like, writing a paper on those effects of him being up there for so long? I mean, I think I've heard of something like that before. I don't know. I can't think of it now. But there's something here. There's definitely a thought there. Kojima was thinking about this 30 years ago.
異常が急増しており、このままでは十分な移植が賄えないと、ドナー不足に対する大きな不安が寄せられています。
Eligible for
宇宙推進事業
donation.
団ではホームの移植後進国などにドナーネットワークへの加入を呼びかけています。
They want transplant networks. So the organs are going to get even more rare because they're going to take them. They're going to enforce something probably in order to stop the organ harvesting of children and whatever. Oh, this. These themes are going to pervade through the whole game. I hope you guys are ready for this.
以上、 BBC からお伝えしました。
Yeah, I can get real close to the camera too. I don't. What do you want? I'll turn on TV. Guess what I see? I will watch everything on TV. No, this is Narc again. Reached an all-time high. Beyond Coast Police have formed a special task force to investigate possible trafficking routes from Earth. Narc is a semi-synthetic narcotic made from... We already saw that. It's the same news as before. Bored already? Yes. Is there writing on your forehead? That Frozener thing you mentioned. This is my tag. All Frozeners have one. Never seen writing like that before. These tags have been designed to prevent a person from being able to distinguish between them. What? Therefore prevents them from being analyzed and forged. So people can just say that they're Frozeners then. Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? I'll call the stewardess over. I'm sorry, Jesus. I have to do this. You're not wearing a bra? They look so perky. Oh. That's right, you don't need a bra in zero gravity, nor do you need to worry about your hips, breasts, or cheeks sagging. There's something to that. You don't really have to worry about them sagging, but like your breasts would float off of your body. I guess that would keep them perky. I don't know. I'm sorry, Jesus, for what I have to do. I don't think I've ever felt a pair in zero gravity before. What are you doing? Well, Gillian Seed is back, everybody. No fucking way I could do this again. It would really help my SAS. Oh God, Jonathan. What are you doing? There's no way they're gonna let me do it a third time. I'll call one of the male attendants. What happens if I... Wait. Damn it. I lost the ability to do it. Hold on. Look. Yeah, I see what you mean. Please don't look at me like that. Oh. You're really cute. Your face is a little chubby, though. In zero gravity, your blood collects the upper half of your body. Capillary action. I disagree. Capillary action. Your faces swell a little. It's called a moon face. Moon face. I enjoy my trip if there are girls as beautiful as you. Your uniform is a nice color. I'm glad he didn't say anything about her armpit. Brings out the curves, too. You may not know that we wear a rubber undershirt, too. Helps prevent the muscles from atrophying in zero gravity. How? How? That's a really tight skirt. It's a special skirt designed to prevent SAS. Works just like my shirt. Puts pressure on the abdomen. Oh, that's it. It's just Star Fox rules. It puts pressure on the abdomen to prevent excess blood from moving to the upper half of the body as much as possible. Our entire uniform is designed that way. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Of course it does. You have exquisite legs. Dude! Thank you, but in zero gravity, your legs appear thinner than normal because your blood collects in the upper half of your body. Does it? Is that even true? It's called bird leg. Oh, moon face and bird leg. Bird leg. I can see you're one of those smooth talkers. Touch. Would it bother you if I touched your legs? Get your hands off me. I thought I'd take a hands-on approach to learning about the effects of zero gravity, that's all. This guy's a fucking pervert. Miss. Ask about. Beyond. Beyond Coast, mankind's first space colony was completed in 2010. Since immigration was open to the general public in 2013, the colony's population has grown to approximately 1 million people. Bro is so down bad for this stewardess. Is it because she's a stewardess? Like, is there any... Honey, what do you think about this outfit? Got a rubber shirt on. To make sure that her body doesn't move. Got a rubber shirt on. The fit's fine. Alright. It's not wife approved. That means it don't look good. But her vibe is pink and purple, so I think we'll go to pass. Nearly 1/3 of the current population is comprised of second-generation inhabitants. Sorry, I clicked this and it went to size, and I went, let me make sure I'm clicking the right thing. The colony is a cylinder type. Yeah, it's like the Citadel in Mass Effect. It's 6.5 kilometers in diameter and 32 kilometers in length. Because this is going back and forth to Beyond and Earth. She probably gets questions like this from first-timers all the time. She probably also, you know, learns a lot of it because of her job. It makes a complete rotation 1 every 2 minutes, creating artificial gravity virtually equal to that of Earth's 1G. I mean, hitting 1 million people within a... shit, what was it? 100 kilometers and 600 square kilometers, hitting 1 million people? That's a... I'm gonna have to see what this place looks like. This colony's surfaces and mirrors are divided into 3 sections around its central axis, with each section having an area of 90 square kilometers. Okay, so these do have large areas. First and last O'Neill type colony. O'Neill type. I can go over it again. No. Sass. The medical definition of space adaptation syndrome, or space adaptation syndrome, or SAS, is the symptoms one experiences during adaptation to zero gravity. It varies from person to person, but over 50% of people develop symptoms within 1 and 2 hours of entering weightless. Cause. Much was revealed about the nature of the SAS after the turn of the century. Previously held Barnay theory was rejected with the cause of SAS now said to be a vestibular disorder. The vestibular system undergoes a paralysis, throwing off one's center of balance. It's called the vestibular disorder theory. It states that several organs of perceived gravity are involved in this disruption, not just the otoliths of the inner ear. I can go over it again. No, treatment. Generally speaking, the most effective form of treatment available would be given an intramuscular injection of promethazine. But since SAS varies from person to person, there are currently no medications capable of alleviating all of its symptoms. And while it's somewhat rudimentary, keeping your head as still as possible will reduce a lot of the discomfort. This just sounds like car sickness. For terrestrials, it might be helpful to do some zero-gravity sensory training on an adaptation training unit before you fly. It's just this guy being like, I don't like planes. And they're like, here's how you fly in a plane. Symptoms include dizziness, cold sweats, vomiting, headache, and fatigue. Damn, me too. But often are accompanied by a false feeling of falling over that doesn't occur in normal motion sickness. The longest they last is about 2 days, however, so I think you should be feeling better pretty soon. 2 days? Sad. There is no hydrostatic pressure at zero gravity, so much of your bodily fluids collect in the upper half of your body in an attempt to evenly distribute them. There's nothing that I can think of that could disprove that, but it doesn't sound correct. Because your heart's still going to be pumping things everywhere. Why is it going to collect in the upper half? Why is it floating upward specifically? There's no gravity, it should just be flowing. It's got a force applied to it, which would be the force your heart is giving. I don't know. This happens, your body thinks the amount of blood in the bloodstream is increased, causing the brain to send a message to the kidney. Basically, you gotta pee. There are efforts underway to try and control this misperception in the brain through methods like biofeedback and yoga. If you're that concerned about it, why not take something for it? Because your bones, joints, and muscles don't undergo any stress in zero gravity, your bone cells lose their calcium. Okay, this sounds right. Long-distance spaceships create artificial gravity through centrifugal force. No, there's no such thing as centrifugal force, there's only centripetal force. But the only thing you could do is prevent calcium loss on this type of plane is exercise. We have equipment such as ergometers, treadmills, and resistance bands on board. How long does it take to get to beyond? If we have all of that, why? How long does it take? Can I get there? I'm in zero G right now. I think, like, clearly she's floating. You can also try chewing some gum made from the leaf of the hardy rubber tree. That leaf might have been a rubber plant tree, too. Think how it doesn't look familiar? No. Don't forget you're taking planes into beyond that need to be inspected at the spaceport. We've seen capsules. If you're feeling sick, I have medication. She's a very, very beautiful woman. You ever seen a man like this? You recognize this photo? I've seen it in textbooks. They're Beyond's original cops. So they're not recognizing him. He's like Tony Hawk. There's an exhibit on police knots at the Astronauts Memorial Museum. I'm gonna go there. The plane. Oh man. Normally we would spend the night at an Earth-orbiting space station, then travel the rest of the way in an orbital transfer vehicle, but this is a direct flight to Beyond, which takes about 2 days. Okay, now I've gotten my answer. In 2 days, they give you stuff that you can do to exercise in order to prevent your bone loss, your bone from going through calcium loss. So we'll be there soon. I guess it's... I guess so. Toilets. We can desk out meals. That's what I want. Oh, hold on. Normally we would spend... already saw that. Toilets. In accordance with stricter space debris regulations, the plane doesn't inject waste out into space like before. You won't get a chance to see any space fireflies like Project Mercury's astronaut Glenn, or Milky Ways like Aurora 7's astronaut Carpenter. I don't like the sound of that. Toilet. The toilet uses a vacuum waste collection system, so it might feel a little ticklish. I see that part hasn't changed. Ticklish. It sucks your butthole. Meals. Space food has vastly improved over the years, and it's actually quite tasty now. It's not just calorie crackers and whatever. They have full meals including spaghetti and pizza. Following the latest trends on Earth, we even offer Japanese cuisine as well. However, because flavors aren't preserved very well under low air pressure, we don't bother using any exotic flavorings in our food. God damn it. I want food. Remember I was talking about the effects of zero gravity a moment ago? That affects digestion. Space travel also causes changes in your body's internal secretions and metabolism, which can affect your sense of taste. Okay. You may not be completely satisfied with certain aspects of the food, but we ask for your understanding. That just feels like an airline response. Oh, it tastes like that because we gotta make it for everybody. Space I said that. Passengers. The fuel tank, which contains liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, considerably big. There's only enough seating for 30 people, including crew. Oh, wow. This is an expensive flight. It says there are less than 30 passengers. There are no separate classes on board. Arrival time. How much longer until we arrive? We're not far from beyond now. We're not far from beyond now. As for medicine, what do you think you can give me for SAS? It must be really uncomfortable for you, but these do take a while to take effect, you know. You might not need it in a little bit. Yeah, I know, but I'd still rather take something. I think it'll be alright. We'll be arriving at Beyond shortly. I can't have a smoke. I can't have any relief from this sickness. What happens if I take the medicine? I might need my senses later when this clears up. I'm gonna take the medicine. I'll see what happens. Flirt. How about... I thought that said having dinner under the stairs. How does you and me having dinner under the stars after we land sound? I don't know if that's such a good idea. If you're free, how about showing a stranger around me? How about showing a stranger around beyond? Dinner under the stairs. You know, I'm trying to do my job here, you know. What should I do? Can I assist you with anything else? You stay a little longer? Sure, if I could be of help. I had to. I have to exhaust all of this. We'll throw you off the flight. I got an achievement for that. I got an achievement for touching her boobs too much. I want to let her go. Thanks for your time. Be good now. I'm gonna be sweating. I didn't even take the thing that I said I was gonna take. Please don't crash while I'm flying. Don't crash into the station. I don't trust this guy. We're getting to spaceport. Ah. Here's Gatorade. Have some Gatorade, please. American Space Lines. 2-day non-stop flight directly to the Beyond. I almost said the Citadel. The Beyond. Look at this guy's cheekbones. Oh my goodness. He can cut somebody. Firing attitude. Kind of handsome. Which one? Both of them? One of them? Maybe one and both? Maybe that's the point. Maybe you're supposed to fall in love with the robot. Not the robot, the Frozener. He's not a robot this time. There were robots in Snatcher. That'll be me when I have purple hair one day. If I have purple hair in the near future. Or the far future. Depends on when it happens. Do I want to save? Yes. Now saving. File saved. Act 1. Beyond. I think we're going to keep this one for next time. That entire prologue took me 3.5 hours. I mean, I started my stream and then I went and made some mashed potatoes. So, you know, we're not actually in the point where we're going into Act 1. It is almost 1 in the morning. And I would like to get some rest. Beyond Coast. You know, the important thing to remember is that you're wonderful. Thank you for being here as part of the Sandwichard experience. It was great having you. The world would be a worse place without you. And I think you can do anything. I think you can do anything. I think all of us can do anything. The end goal is to just do it scared. You know? Just do it scared. I think that's the message we need to take away from a bunch of this. Going into space, despite the fact that you don't want to go into space because your ex-wife came by to tell you about her missing current husband and her daughter, who you're probably supposed to fall in love with later in the game. I guess we'll see. And then immediately goes downstairs, goes to her car and blows up. And then you get into a gunfight with a man that has artificial blood that you might be sitting next to on the plane. Oh, and this game is delicious. This game is... I don't know how to describe it. I'm having a lot of fun. I know it's a narrative adventure. We're going to be going through this one for the next couple Mondays. I don't know how many acts there are. I actually don't really know how long this game is. But if we took this long to get through to Act 1, we might take a while to get through the rest of the game for the next couple Mondays. And that's fine. I want to experience this game to the fullest, right? Because, I mean, if we don't, what are we doing? If we don't, what are we doing? But let's... Oh, that was an ethereal wife moment back there. Hiding. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here on the Sandwichard experience tonight. I'm trying to find somebody to raid out to, so that we can bring our love over to them. There's another one of my wife. You saw it. We all saw it. We all did. We saw it. Remember to commit to that bit, because that bit is going to set you free, right? No matter where you are, what you're doing, you got to remember, commit to that bit. You got to do something. You got to do something, and you got to make something. You got to make something. Put your whole ass into it, you know? If you put your whole ass into something, good things will happen. And me putting my whole ass into streaming, whatever else I'm doing here, that's just gravy. Honestly. Let's go say hi to Beans. Beans came in the other day. Let's go give a raid back. Please come back on another day. I don't think I have the right schedule out. No, I don't, but this is close enough. On Tuesday, we're going... Nope, that way. On Tuesday... This way. On Tuesday, we're going to play Castlevania 64. I'm doing the... Not Charlotte, not... the Carrie playthrough. It's not the Reinhardt playthrough. It's the B character, because I'm doing that for the Castlevania games that I'm playing. On Wednesday, we're playing Borderlands 3. I really want to stream on Thursdays, but I still don't know what I'm doing. And if I'm sick this week... Maybe I can guarantee something a little more on Thursday. Who knows what's going on? And then on Friday, I managed to get my stuff ready. I have the DLC downloaded. Things are good. Things are confirmed. Things are working properly. I have the backstories ready. We're going to go through a lot of stuff, and we probably are not going to have... our wonderful friend Lame, unfortunately, to help us with beautiful lore stuff. But, you know, they got a life. Maybe we will, for at least a little bit. I guess we'll see. Anyway, remember to commit to that bit, because that bit is going to set you free. Remember to love yourself, because I love you. Thank you for being here. And personally, you're great. You didn't read... No, you're fine. No, you're